Om Ashato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasho Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Avir Maedhi Rudro Yakte Dakshinal Mukham Te Namam Pahi Nityam Te Namam Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Oh, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are in the second chapter of Shanti Gita, the Song of Peace. Here, Arjuna is grief-stricken because of his son's death, and Bhagavan, in the last chapter, first chapter, said, keep your mind in Atman, that is permanent. And then why do you grieve? Everything is temporary, like that. In response to that, or the question still remains, then Arjuna started questioning in this second chapter, which we read, 5 verses, 4 verses we have read. But it says, Arjuna said in the very question, O Krishna, O Lord, kindly tell me how that self, you are talking about the self, the Atman, who is not within the realm of the mind, intellect, and sense organs, can be experienced. How can we experience that? We can experience things which are physical, which my eyes can see, my ears can hear, my hand can grab, my nose can smell, my mouth can eat. I can understand, I can experience. How can I experience that? You are talking about the self, the Atman, ever blessed. How can I perceive that experience? These are my tools only. I know of these tools. Pancha Gyanendriya and Pancha Karmendriya, 5 organs of perception and 5 organs of action connected with the mind. Beyond mind, I cannot think of anything. So how can I experience? That was the question. And in response, Sri Bhagavan, very first verse, second verse of this chapter, second chapter, second verse, he says, due to extremely subtle nature, the Atman is not perceptible to the intellect or the mind or the senses. True, because it is very subtle. You cannot see the bacteria by open eyes. You need some microscope. You cannot see the movement of the electrons by these eyes because it is subtle. So similarly, it is subtler than those subtle things. Atman is much subtler. So your intellect, mind, these are not capable of holding this. It cannot understand that. It can surely be realized. How? Through the dictums of the Vedas and the grace of the teacher. That means you have to go to a teacher and the Vedic realization will come through his grace, and following the Vedic dictum day and night to think that I am Atman. I am not the body, the senses, what I am talking about. This is not me. It is mine. I have several instruments through which I act and react and experience in the world. But these are my tools, that I am separate from them. So to the dictum, you have to day and night think in this way, that you are not the body, You are the Atman. I am that. I, not the physical, but I am the real self. Like that. Analyze. Vedic. And it is said that there are four dictums, great dictums, the fourth verse, indicating the same meaning. You take anyone, your guru will select for you. You need not have to practice all those, but you can take one of the great dictum, Aham Brahmasmi, I am that, thou art that, Tat Tvamasi. Second great dictum. Third, Pragyanan Brahma, the knowledge is Brahman, the wisdom, the right knowledge is the right Brahman. And Pragyanan Brahma, Ayamatma Brahma. This Atman is that cosmic one. What you see as this, the Atman here, is a cosmic Atman. So know that is the way. So these great dictums are four. They indicate the same meaning. That means oneness of the self and the Brahman. They are not two. Consciousness. One drop of water merging into the ocean of water. It becomes water, ocean only. Drop vanishes. So that is the meaning. Having listened to that dictum, what is the dictum? You can take anyone, but they are suggesting thou art that. Because you are thinking you are the body, you are the mind, you are the senses, and you are experiencing this world of name and form. But who are you? Thou art that. Don't think you are this limited by body, mind, and emotions, this bundle of mass of ignorant perception. It is not you. You are only that thought. And that is that absolute, changeless, timeless. Next, now we read today the verse number 5. 5 verse says, in the spiritual path, very important is the grace of Guru. Because in early days, now our Google is our Guru. You ask any question anytime, Google can give you the response. But Google cannot give us experience. Brahman experience it cannot give. It can satisfy our intellect. It can go up to intellect. In earlier days, all these truths were studied, meditated upon, realized by the gurus. And then student used to come. So Guru will give this wisdom to a right type of student. So 5 verse we read today, that Guru Sevam Prakurvano, Guru Sevam Prakurvano, Guru Bhakti Parayana, Guru Bhakti Pranayana, Guru Kripa Vashat Partha, Guru Kripa Vashat Partha, Labhya Atma na Sanshaya, Labhya Atma na Sanshaya. So, Sri Bhagavan, Krishna, is telling Arjuna, by the service of Guru, 5 verses. Anyhow, it is gone. So, Guru Sevan Prakurvan. You have to practice Guru Seva. Guru Seva means service to Guru. Prakurvana. One should perform it perfectly to serve the Guru. Guru Bhakti Parayana, one who is devoted to Guru. Guru Kripa Vasat, then the grace of Guru comes. By his grace, due to his grace, Guru Kripavasa, Labhyo, you can attain that knowledge, Atma, not samsaya. Don't make any doubt of it. So, here, Sri Krishna is giving too much emphasis, so much emphasis on Guru Seva. Why? And Guru's grace. That's why it is said God's grace, Guru's grace are same. This is the ideal Guru. They are here only to remove the suffering or the ignorance of the student. So why it is Guru Seva, as I have said? Guru service is necessary because knowledge was available and the wisdom was kept in the hand of the Gurus. Because others will have to read all the Vedas, memorize the Vedas, no writing. There are maybe some, long afterwards came the writing on the parchment paper, making that's called the old type of text they are preserving, enrolling them. And you have to handwrite. So when will you read all this wisdom and the essence of that study? Who will tell you all these things? Now you can have all the scriptures have been downloaded in the computer. No, internet. You can get anything on Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, details, very details into it, because all is available here. The Gurus were like that. They used to hold the wisdom, and they know so much. Their memory is so sharp. They remember things also, and they know the essence of that. What is the essence of all the Guru? This internet may be there, but it cannot tell you the essence of everything. You have to read so much, you have to extract out of your own understanding, and then you can think, oh, this is this, this is this. But if Gurus were there, they are living example of this study. They have studied themselves under another Guru. He has studied under his Guru, and then assimilated the ideas, what is the essential teachings of the Vedas, and what is the Mahavakya, and how to analyze the Mahavakya, and how to everyday practice that vichar or discernment, discrimination, and then unfold the mystery of the reality. Therefore, it is only Guru service to Guru. Why? Because he will be pleased then. He will feel that he is really seeking the truth. It is not like that going to a shopping place and you give $10 or $100. Hey, give me this because I am paying, I am the boss here. Give me this, that. No? And if you are a rich guy, someone will carry your material and give tips of $10 to him. No? But it is not like that. Spiritual life, Guru is not, he may not give you the wisdom. Why? He will give you the treasure, such a treasure which he has acquired to a useless person. So what is the proof that you are sincere? That's why service of Guru was so much important. They used to test by that way. In various ways, they used to test the sincerity. Will you listen to me what I say? People may say, I want something to know. And they don't come with a mindset to accept what is coming. I learn out of it. I know many books. I've read many books. That's why in the Upanishad, when Narada and who? Sanat Kumar was the sage, the Guru, and Narada was his student. And Narada went to Sanat Kumar and he said, Sir, in the earlier days they used to carry a load of firewood on their head. Because they used to do the sacrificial, always hobanam, our homa. So you need much amount of firewood. So when you carry some firewood, so it is as if you are helping your gurus, you are lessening the load of Guru's work. So that was the tradition. You go with that type of attitude and place at the feet of your teacher. and then salute. Then the teacher will understand he wants to be a student. And then they used to understand the sincerity of the student, whether he is receptive. In the classroom, you are teaching chemistry, someone teaching physics. The student's receptivity is important. Teacher is giving the same lesson, no? To 10 students or 20 students. Someone is bringing marvelous result, understanding perfectly, and another nothing. So he is not receptive. The message is given, but he does not want, he has his own ingrained idea, or he is distracted, he does not pay value to it. So therefore, earlier days, the student is to be very critically analyzed. We are talking about guru initiation. No? In our tradition, Shankarananda Maharaj was there in the seventh president. And oh my God, you want initiation? You go and say, Maharaj, I want initiation. Okay, go read gospel. You read gospel. In Bengali, there are 5 volumes. So you finish that 5-volume reading, no? Finish and come. Then he will say, oh, you're finished already. Read it again. Again, you start reading volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you go 5 years. That person is reading gospel and gospel and gospel. Huh? So these two consider it is not to be given to anyone and everyone. Because if you give it, it has no value. Its impact is zero. Unless the student is earnest. I'm not hungry, you give me good food. What does it mean? Your food is food, but nothing useful for me. So spiritual life. And also another side, of course our order is so much different. And afterwards, Swami after Vishuddhananda Maharaj, who was Holy Mother's disciple, he was very motherly. And everyone used to go to him. He goes and says, Maharaj, okay, go and ask them. And come on such and such day. And his assistant will organize everything. He was like a motherly. We say in our order there are 2 types. One is fatherly, one is motherly. Father will be judging. No, you didn't do that. You have to correct it. You have to do that. And we go to the mom, okay, come. So that Vishuddhananda Swami was like a motherly. Bireshwarananda Maharaj was motherly. And Brahmananda, here, anyone wanted to get mantra, you will have to go round and round and you will say, today I don't feel okay. You come some other day. That day, oh, I have some temperature. I don't like to do it. So delay, and see the sincerity of the student. But the early days, that was the more tradition, to give to the right type of student is to test. That's why service was a very, very good way of proving that really I want that knowledge and I can do anything for you. Please bless me with the wisdom. Then what will happen? They will, whatever instruction Guru gives, you will not edit. We normally edit. We hear so many meditation instruction going on everywhere. And I got something from my Guru. But I think that is not enough. Let me add this one, bring that one from it. And adding all these things.
His pronunciation is not right. Sometimes.
Yeah. So in any way, so we learn, but no, even whatever your Guru has done, said, follow in total, don't edit. Non-editing means you are not producing your ego. You think your Guru does not know, he has not given you all these things, and you have to collect other informations, your ego is working. That's why manifestation of spirituality does not occur. Therefore, we unconditional love and reverence for Guru. That is very much said in all the spiritual literature. Acharya Shankar, He also emphasizes that Guru and Guru Bhakti. No? So one should approach the Guru with that and follow his instruction. So whether he will follow or not, how shall I know? That's why the Gurus were very rigid on these points. And when they understand, when you really, if someone tells you, I want to go to, say, Trader Joe's, and you ask someone, I suppose those who go, you ask him, and he tells you. But again, asking him, you have no faith in him, you go to another person. Where do you go? He will say another direction. Another person will another direction. And you make a mixture of all of them and start your journey. Where will you reach? You will reach there, but with a long delay and long confusion. So the earlier studies were that Guru Kripa, Guru Kripa, Guru Kripa. In the spiritual literature, Advaita Vedanta to dualistic Vedanta, everywhere Guru, Guru, Guru. Qualified non-dualism, dualism. Wherever you go, Guru. Tantra, that is Guru. Shakta, that is Guru. Vaishnava, that is Guru. Shaiva, that is Guru. Guru Parampara, Guru Parampara, Guru Guru. So that is the meaning. Now, therefore, O Partha, self must be attained. Yes, that is the word. Self must be attained. How? Without any doubt, you will attain. There is no doubt of it, through the grace of the Guru. And by one who is fully devoted and engaged in serving the Guru. So also another point you have to remember, serving the Guru does not mean that you have to go to serve personal service. Suppose maybe some teacher is there far away. How to serve the Guru? Serve Guru means what Guru has told. Do that. That is the service to Guru. Real Gurus, what they want? They want that we should be free from all bondage. We will realize God. No? Guru will be happy. Real Guru will be happy with what? When his disciple is making good spiritual progress. No? Is a class teacher, a real teacher. When the teacher will feel happy, when a student makes a good result, no? Shining result. So here also spiritual life, the spiritual student in spiritual life is shining. That is. So to serve Guru means not only not to go for physical service. It is maybe very rarely one or two can get that and do that, but it is not. Many people make a mistake there. Guru Seva means go and massage the feet of the Guru, right? Or do this and do that. Yes, that's also good. But how many people will get a chance to serve Guru like that? And in the earlier days, when they used to go, they used to live in the forest life. And after that, they become wandering monk and get the mantra, Aham Brahmasmi, Guru mantra, all this they get after sannyas. And they become wandering monk. So how will they serve the Guru? That means serve the mantra. Practice whatever he has mentioned in detail as much as we can. That much will be the progress. And Guru will be happy with that. That is Guru Seva. So that is to be understood also. Now the 6th verse says, Atmavasanaya yukto Atmavasanaya yukto Jiggashu Suddhamanasaha Jiggashu Shuddhamanasaha Vishaya Sakti Santyaktaha Vishaya Shakti Santyaktaha Swatmanam Vetti Shraddhaya Swatmanam Vetti Shraddhaya. We can do again. Atmo Vasanaya Yukto Atmo Vasanaya Yukto Jiggashu Shuddhamanasaha Jiggashu Shuddhamanasaha Vishaya Shakti Santyaktaha Vishaya Shakti Santyaktaha Swatmanam Vetti Shraddhaya Swatmanam Vetti Shraddhaya. Simple instruction. Sri Krishna says, Atma Vasanaya Yukta. Your vasana, your desire should be Atma Vasana. I want to know myself. With this type of thought, that desire, I want to know myself. I am suffering day and night with the world, but world giving kicks and blows all the time. Pain and suffering and bereavement and joy, this time and that time. Every moment we are buffeted by the struggles of life. I want to know myself. This desire, Atma Vasanaya Yukta, student should be associated with this tremendous desire that I want to know myself. Atma Vasanaya Yukta. Jiggasu. You have to question why I am here. How can I get out of it? Shankaracharya gave a very good description in the Vivekachura. Katham tareyam bhavasindhu metat. Oh Guru, please tell me, Katham tareyam bhavasindhu metat. This world, ocean of this world, these waves and ripples and tormenting me, how can I, Katham tareyam bhavasindhu metat, which is full of crocodiles and arms and this and that, so many desires, so many entanglements. It is always killing me. Kripaya avatvam. Oh Guru, please, with your kindness, please rescue me. Kripaya avatvam. And I am nobody in the world other than you. And very beautifully, if we read this, Shankara's this talk about the suggestion in the Vivekachudamani about Guru. So that type of jiggasu means a questioner. That I want to know. I want to know 1,000 things of the world. I have tried. How many subjects in the world is there? Infinite number of subjects to be known. That's why Narada went to Guru and Sanat Kumar and said, Guru said, what do you know? Tell me. Then he started talking about how many? 10, 12 subjects. He's master. He has finished his master's degree in 10, 12 subjects. What subject? He said, I have known the astrology, astronomy, metallurgy, then I Sarpavidya, the snake, science of snake, Sarpavidya, Gandharvavidya, the music world, all this, all I know what type of music and how it will be, ragas, etc. I know all these things. And he go on, itihasa, I know history. I have read the Vedas, Vedangas, pure Vedas I have read. 6 auxiliary Vedas I have read. Veda, Vedanga, history, itihas, etymology. I have learned so many things. But still, I am not happy. I am bereaved. I feel bereavement. Shokam. Therefore, they are also shoka, this bereavement. So Guru said, oh, Sanat Kumar, hearing all this, how you will be elated? If someone comes, I know this, I know that, I know that, know that, know that, Guru will be saying, Baba, I cannot teach you anymore. You have learned everything. But this Guru, what he said? This Guru said, oh, you know nothing. We are getting one PhD from childhood till how many years? 26, 27, 28 years to get one PhD. And he has got 10 degrees such, 10, 12 degrees. So how much he has studied, no? And all this, he said, you know nothing. You have only learned the words only. Sound, it is drum beating of the drum. There is all noise only, nothing. Then the student, here is the student. Student says, sir, yes, I do not know. Please teach me then. That is the humility and that is the receptivity of the student. Suppose if I know I'm a PhD in 10
branches.
disciplines. What discipline? I am master degree holder in 2 subjects, master degree holder. I am 10 subject master degree holder. And you are saying, you don't know? Give up that guru, run away. What type of guru? He does not recognize me. He does not understand my quality. Spirituality is something there. So this is really, the scriptures give such gross example. Then Narada humbled and said, yes, sir, I do not know. Please teach me. How can I? Tarati Shokam, Atmavit. I have heard that those people don't know the Atman, Atmavit, knower of the Atman, Tarati. It can cross the Shokam, the bereavement, the pain and suffering of life. Teach me that. And then Guru was pleased and then started teaching him. And he again put question. That's why this whole Gita you will find, Sri Krishna says one thing, and immediately after some time you'll find again Arjuna puts any question. Is he a dull person? No. He wants to satisfy his understanding. Did I understand properly? Or there is something lacking there? Some misunderstanding is hiding there. So that's why question. That's why Vedanta is Jiggashu. You should have to have a proper Jiggashu. Not that Jiggashu also is to be understood. Many people put questions. It is not question. It is to show how much that person knows on that subject. Even they can correct what wrong thing you have said. True. But it is not for spiritual, personal, your relationship with the Guru, it is not like that. You will have to be a student and teacher will teach you.
Like asking question is also a service to Guru.
Yes, that means your sincerity, that you are sincerely trying to solve your questions, doubts. Question comes, doubts come.
Because Purikrishna Shivaya.
Purikrishna. So that is the point here, that Jiggashu. And anyone cannot put any question. If you go on putting question, irrelevant questions will come. Unless your mind is Shuddha Manasa. How the Shuddha Manasa will come? How your mind will be pure? That means you are doing selfless work. You are praying to God before. These are the preliminary. They are not saying anything. Only saying a student with Shuddha mind, pure mind. Pure mind, how the pure mind will be? Unless they know that this world is like that and it cannot give me peace and I am detached with it. All these qualities make the mind pure. Mind does not get attached to things. So, Suddha Manasa. That means Chitta Suddhi. It's another term. Our Karma Yoga ideal is to purify our heart. Chitta Suddhi. So, Shuddha Manasa. And clearly saying, Vishaya Asakti Shantakta. We have our attachment for sensory objects, objects of the world, but that attachment is to be given up. You live in the world, but give up the attachment. You live in the house, but don't think that is your house, it is Lord's house. You have your own money, bank account, but think it is Lord's money. I am the caretaker. So detach mentally. Unless we detach and go to learn the truth, Brahma Jnana, it is contradictory. It will not happen. So detachment should be, that's why God and Mammon, they don't go together. No? Why? One is taking to the world, another is taking to the divine. 2 ways. One goes this way, one goes this way. Therefore, Shuddha Manasa and Vishaya Asakti Santakta. Those have to give up the attachment to the sense object. See, these are the qualifications. Already started telling about student qualification, what should be. Atma Vasanaya Yukta, will have the desire for knowing God. 2, Jiggasu, you are always having questions to know more and more and more. Don't get satisfied with little understanding and go on to more, expand your understanding more and more. Jiggasu, Shuddha Manasa, make your mind pure. Otherwise, impure mind will take us to the impure things, worldly things. For a Vedanta student, those are impure, not for other people. I'm not saying that those who are in the world and having their enjoying their life, that is nothing wrong. But for this type of student, you will have to be Shuddha Manasa. You have to finish those experiences. If you have not finished, go and finish it. And then your mind becomes pure by selfless work, thinking of the good of others, do something for others. This Shuddha Manasa. And Asakti, which is very natural, the attachment for the Vishaya, the sense objects, Santakta. Takta means giving up. Santakta means totally giving up. That means renouncing this attachment. Again, what is renounce the attachment? So sannyasis, monks, they sometimes think, oh, I may not be able to do that. So they give up everything and become a beggar in the street. No attachment. But attachment can go with you. Attachment can be for your lion cloth. Those the story, King Janaka, there was a fire in the palace, and King Janaka was talking to the sadhus, and spiritual discussion going on like that. And suddenly someone came and told the king, Janaka, the palace is in fire, sir. Oh, king. Then he said, well, yeah, let the fire eat away the palace. What's that to me? I am Atman. And he didn't give up his study. Some of the monks who had only their possession one loin cloth, 2 pieces of cloth, this much and this much length. They gave it for drying after their bathing. And one said, and they ran to catch those loincloths protection. And the king is saying, let the palace go. What's that to me? I am. So here you see what is indicated by that story, that attachment may be hidden inside, even if you give up externally. But be careful. So you have to give up that attachment. So attachment given up, Swatmanam Bhakti. Then you know your own Atman, what is your real Atman. And Shraddhaya, foundation is faith and trust in the words of the Guru. In the words of the Guru, faith and trust. It will happen, I'm not getting it, then my Guru is wrong. Sometimes many people used to come back to Swami Sahananda. I heard, Maharaj, I got your mantra, but I'm doing it, is nothing happening. So give me another mantra. It's not another mantra is not needed. Your practice is not going on rightly. So these conditions are not fulfilled. You plant a seed without any preparation from the ground preparation, stone, then weeds, and no water, and then you put the seed. What will happen? The seed will die. No? But just do the preliminary work and put the seed in proper fertilized plant and fertilized land, where water and sun and everything ready. No? And you see within 2-3 days, a little sprout comes up. How quickly it happens. If you have morning habit of eating sprouted, what is called? Sprouts.
Sprouts.
Moog sprout or some other sprout, no? You see, you give in water and you see how the sprouts come, being favorable. That's why this sprout of spirituality will flourish when there is Shraddha. So few conditions has been given. One condition, Vasana, for Atman, 1.1. Second point, Jignashu. After listening one thing, thinking, oh, I have understood. No. Question again question, right type of question, where you are getting really not clear. Put that question again and again, sincerely. Then try to make your mind pure, Shuddha Manasa. Then next point, Vishaya Sakti Santakta. You are giving up your attachment for the sensory objects which makes us forget God. And know yourself by Shraddha, by your unflinching faith and trust in Guru's word. Have these assets, go to Guru and get his guidance, it will happen. So, therefore, one who is desirous of having self-knowledge, a spiritual seeker, is pure-minded and who has renounced all attachments to the worldly objects, comes to know his own self through unflinching devotion and faith to Guru and the scripture. Now, 7th verse. 7th verse says, Vairagyam karanam cha adu, Vairagyam karanam cha adu, tadbhavet, tadbhavet, tadbhavet buddhi shuddhitaha, tadbhavet buddhi shuddhitaha, karmana chitta shuddhi syat, karmana chitta shuddhi syat, vishesham srinu kathyate, vishesham srinu kathyate, vairagyam karanam cha adu, vairagyam karanam cha adu, tadbhavet buddhi shuddhitaha, tadbhavet buddhi shuddhitaha, karmana chitta shuddhi syat, karmana chitta shuddhi syat, vishesham srinu kathyate, vishesham srinu kathyate. So renunciation is the primary cause. Last verse said that you do it, but Vishaya Shakti Santakta. You have to give up the attachment for the sensory objects. That is very fundamental. Because if I get attached to this, I cannot give the mind to God. As you know, if we are very much busy in one work, I cannot give my attention to the other work. Mind being the same mind, suppose you are doing very seriously solving one problem in your computer, and at the same time you are seriously cooking your meal. Can you do two together? You can boil the rice, it is going on. That is different. But can you give equal mind at the same time to boiling rice, to this not rice, but to preparing some delicious dish, at the same time doing some computer work or doing something else? No. For spiritual life, it is also same. So fundamental necessity is to detachment. That is strong detachment. By how you will detach? That needs your much analysis, much corrections. What is permanent, impermanent? That's the eternal principle. Nitta nitta vastu vichara. What is vichara? Vichara is between what is eternal and what is non-eternal. Transient. What is permanent, what is impermanent. Nitta nitta vastu vichara. So vairagyam karanam chadu. Adu means at the very beginning, or the primary cause is the renunciation of the impermanent thing. Is the cause. Is the cause of what? Cause of God realization or attaining the Brahman consciousness. No? And then Jad Bhavet Buddhi Shuddhita. It happens, this renunciation. How it will come in the mind? When intellect or buddhi becomes pure. When mind becomes pure, then only it will understand I am not. It is not worth pursuing the path of these petty things. Rather, let me pursue the path of infinity. So this understanding will come in the mind. So mind should understand this. Then mind will guide us. If the mind does not understand, see, everyone does work according to what? According to one's own understanding. No? If you understand this is my good, you will work for that. And if you don't understand, if someone tells you, then you'll be angry. Instead of getting any benefit out of it, you'll be angry. So, buddhi suddhi happens. Renunciation will come whenever mind is pure. When the mind understanding will be pure. And purification, how the mind will be pure? Karmana chitta suddhi. By karma. You do karma. Relentlessly do karma. In the Gita, Upanishad, they always say, don't stop your karma. Jijibishet, Satagum Shama. If you live for 100 years, don't sit idle. Do karma. But what type of karma? Selfless karma. Do for the good of others. Renounce the result of karma. Karma phala. That way your mind will be pure. When I do something with some specific desire, then I get the result and I am happy. But happiness does not stay for a long time. But if I desire, no, I don't desire anything. Oh Lord, I did it for you. I have no purpose here. I am to serve you. I am your servant and servant all the life. Swami Vivekananda. I am the servant of yours for this life and all my lives. Not I am a born slave and servant of God. But we slave for others. For our desired objects, we become slave. How we humiliate ourselves. We become beggars. We lead a life of slavery. But be slave for God. Be slave for your knowing who are you. So purification, karmana chitta suddhi. By karma, this selfless work, purification of the mind will happen. Sat vishesham sinukartati. Now listen to details. I'll describe this matter now. So here you see, we are talking about renunciation, but how the renunciation will happen? But you have to make it a point. Without detachment, you cannot make an inch progress in spiritual life. Detachment from the material thing, attachment to the spiritual thing. Detachment to the mundane, attachment to God. No, that is to be practiced. That's why renunciation is very much important to attain Brahmagyan. But this renunciation will happen only Jad Bhavet Buddhi Shuddhita. When your buddhi, your mind will be purified, then the intellect, it will be your renunciation. Mind pure mind will seek for God. You know for certain when your mind is very pure, you will be seeking for your own self, or called God, or the divine, or Brahman or Atman. It will run, there is no other way. When mind is free from desire. But when it is clouded with desire, it is happy with things of the mundane world. And this purification of the mind, how it will come? You have to start from the base. Start serving others. Do selfless work. Do all the work. Offer the result at the feet of the Lord. And feel blessed that you could serve Him in this way, that way. The whole idea of Gita's idea of Karma Yoga. So now he will be saying this 8th verse we will be talking about further description in this matter. So 8th verse, is there any question? Only one. So another verse I'll do, 8th verse, and then
there are 2 questions.
That's 2 questions are there. Okay. So let me do another question. Say verse 8, and then we end. Swadharmo asvamadharmena Savarna Samadharmena Savarna Asamadharmena Vedoktena cha karmana Vedoktena cha karmana Nishkamena sadachara Nishkamena sadachara Ishwaram Puritoshayet Ishwaram Puritoshayet. So Sadharma Savarna Ashrama Dharmena. Indian society was very much emphatic about ashrama dharma and varna dharma. There are four ashramas, you know: student life, brahmacharya, then garhastha, householder ashrama, grihastha ashrama, householder life, retired life, and monastic life, monk's life. So, sadharma, you have to fulfill these stages. There may be exceptional those who go from student life to monk life, but they are skipping student life, then married life, then retired life. So these two steps, normal step is you go through the process. So Varna Dharma, Varna এবং Ashrama Dharma. According to one's own Varna, Brahman Varna. There is a class of people who are intellectual people in the society. That's a special group. That's called Brahmins in India. Kshatriya, warrior group, our military, our police, that type of people. They are called the Kshatriya. Vaishya, the American knows, all businessmen, business, corporate structure, this, that, how to make money and this and that. And Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, working class. You need your plumber. Where do you go? You don't go to any intellectual who is sitting in a physics laboratory. Do you go to that? Or a philosopher giving a good talk? Plumber work he cannot do. Don't think plumber work is low, but you are worthless when the pipe breaks in your room. So, society was really well organized in India. The four category of people are necessary. Each is great in their own place. And you observe your dharma. You are born as a Brahmin. Do rightly the Brahminic duties. You are a warrior. Fight for just cause and die in the battlefield. You will go to heaven. That's the way the Indian thought is there. Brahman, Kshatriya, warrior class. Then business class. You do good business in proper way. By performing properly, truthfully, honestly your business, you will attain perfection, move towards the goal. And Shudra, those people who are daily worker, they are doing hard work, they have no time for your scriptural reading or doing meditation and prayer. For them, by their service attitude, I am doing for God. If those people do that, they will be reaching goal. That is the Indian style of thinking. So that is called the Varna. Four Varna. What? Brahmin, Kshatriya, and Vaishya, Shudra. Meaning the intellectual class, those who know scripture, knowledge, they live in the knowledge. Next is the warrior group. To protect the country, you need that warrior group. So, and third is the business. Unless business prospers, society cannot flourish. And labor, those who are hard worker people. So you follow it, all this Varna and all these other Savarna and Ashrama. You are born in a student life. Use, study well. You enjoy your life when you get married, enjoy your life and perform your duties for your wife, for your children, for your family. Perform like that and you will be purified because you are serving others. Your heart is bigger. Not I am married and I go and I live in my way and mom, dad die. Not that. Ideally, household life. In earlier tradition, the family tie was so deep. So Brahman Kshatriya. Then comes the uh, um, student life and then married life. And after experiencing their household life, then try to turn your mind towards God, and then less responsibility of the work. You are supervising the home work, but you are not attached that much. Detaching. Let the children do all the business, and you turn towards husband and wife turning towards God. And then if one point comes, total detachment, the husband goes in a monastic life. So these are by performing actions according to one's own varna social duty and the ashrama stage of life, acting according to the direction mentioned in the Vedas. How will you act? Not whimsically. Brahmin, what is to be done? Vedas have they said, this is the Brahminic duty. What? You are the warrior. What are your duties? So follow the instruction as the sages have said in the Vedas, no? And to selfless work. Whatever you do, try to do for others. And don't think for you more. Think of your husband, think of your children, think of your neighboring people, think of your country. So for others, don't think too much of yourself. That's the training. By that time, people become selfless. A person of noble conduct should please God. So create a character, and then will come the spirituality. So these are the 4 verses we have read today, and now we end here. Next time we will start from verse number 9. And now, if any question, we'll address that for a few minutes. And I end it first. Our class ends here. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tassat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. And you have also a question?
4 questions. The same. I'm giving the same question.
Asha. Here is a question. In the Narada's Way of Life class, you said Islam invaders had destroyed temples in Vrindavan and they were later discovered by Chaitanya. But I am not historical evidence resources which suggest such a destruction of temples in Vrindavan. Can you please confirm? Thank you. Please read the history of India. You will get it. It is well known thing. It is that when they not all it is not concerned with the Islamic total Islam religion or anything. That atrocities happened, and it was all forest. So you can find it in the history. Read the history book. And another question. In your discussion of the relationship between Guru and Shishya, in addition to the Guru teaching the student, does the Guru take responsibility for the Shishya's attaining moksha? Yes, if you have such a Guru, does the Guru take the responsibility of the attainment of liberation? That is the question. Yes, that is true. They can take, but they are powerful Gurus. But mostly, it is said, if the liberation is in yours, even if it is given, someone gives, it will not make a good impact in our life. Ramakrishna, on the January 1, 1886, so many devotees gathered around him, and he was very open that day, and he was touching everyone, and everyone is getting their highest experience. No? So one devotee, his name was Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha came, and Vaikuntha pleaded, Sri Ramakrishna, so why not touch me and give me that ecstatic experience? And Sri Ramakrishna went. Sri Ramakrishna then said that okay, he was not willing first. He was saying that I am sick. Let me be better. Then I can deal with your question. But he said, no, you are avoiding me. Please do that, and begged. And as a result, what happened? He touched. And with that touch, a total transformation came. And he saw, wherever he sees, all pervaded with consciousness. It is everywhere he sees Ramakrishna, in the trees, in the plants, in the road, in the car, when he's walking going to Calcutta back home, the tram car, the buses, so whatever he sees, it's all Ramakrishna. He could not eat. In the glass of water, he sees Ramakrishna there. Huh? In the meal, the food. He was working in the office, accounts department, opens his accounts book. In earlier days, people used to write in accounts book, ledger book, cash book, ledger book. He finds only Ramakrishna. There is no accounts there. So that was a great difficulty. And then with eyes closed, he sees all the time that awareness of that reality. He sees that, experiences that. And then with eyes open, that is there. With eyes closed, that is there. And then one day passed, second day passed, third day, he ran to Ramakrishna. He said, oh Ramakrishna, please take away what you have given. I cannot handle that. It is making me crazy. I cannot stop. My all business is gone. My night's sleep is gone. So that's why it is called. Yes, Guru can give, and Guru don't mean the man. You have to understand, Guru is not the man. Guru is God. You feel that energy. Yes, Guru, God's energy can give you liberation, but we must have to be prepared for that. Otherwise, our nerves will break down. That's why many people, because without spiritual practice, if they do anything, what happens? That destroys totally the person in nervous breakdown. I give the common example. This all the wiring of the house, or our normal machines are working on 110 to 220 volt. And now suddenly someone wants to send 1000 volt current. Good, 1000 volt is good. And pass through this wiring, what will happen? It will give light. It will burn everything. So that's why more important is that, yes, Guru has given us what is to be given. We have to work on that so that our nervous system becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. As we practice every day, it becomes stronger, and higher power can pass through the channel. And our practice, just you have heard, mind will be purified by your pure thought. Attachment for the worldly thing will reduce. Naturally, you are progressing. But don't think that Guru will do it for us. But that type of Guru is also not available so easy, we are not, they are Vivekananda and Ramakrishna. That's a perfect match. But Einstein is good for higher class student. But if I am a student of kindergarten school and Einstein comes to teach me his theory of relativity, what will be my condition? So it will make a hodgepodge of it. So therefore, we have to prepare ourselves. It is more of our own spiritual struggle. Of course, Guru's grace means God's grace, which is always there for. Ramakrishna says, God's grace is always blowing. You have to unfold the sail. That our responsibility is there. Now, say another question. Is not it Thakur Ramakrishna said, those in householder life need to discharge duties of family life and still think of God? So how can they renunciate everything? Renounce everything. Yeah, that is the right question. Neither we have read that. We forget what we read. This reading was that Santigita said that we need to detachment. Renounce means mental detachment. That is to be done. Whether you are in the household life or in a monastic life, foundation is that detachment. With the attachment to the objects, doing duty is okay. But doing duty for whom? Just we read. This verse I read that just now, if you listen to that, what we have read now, there it clearly said, you have to do your duties. Duties according to the scriptures. You have to do that. You cannot avoid that. Then it is escapism. But at the same time, doing duty for whom? You're doing for God. And that selfless attitude should be there. I am serving, I am exhausting myself to please God, to my husband, to my wife, to my children, to my office duties. These are all duties, but it's only one purpose, to please God or to purify my heart. So that we can do. Renouncing does not mean, or no scripture give us suggestion that you give up your wife and children and baby and go to a cave and be a yogi. That's a uh, only fools can give that idea and fools can follow that idea. But our idea is that be a perfectly dutiful person, perform your responsibilities and duties, but detachment. You are always, again and again, we talk about that, how to detach. Think that you are doing for God. And God is in your wife, God is in your children, God is in your husband, God is in your mother, brother, sister, in your office. It is the service to God. So all God, 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 if it is given and offered to that, then that will be renunciation. But you don't understand the word renunciation means just going away, leaving everything behind. Renunciation means your love for God is so much intense that you cannot keep yourself at home or in this bondage. As Sridhar Swami, huh? Sridhar Swami, he renounced everything because it is a call of his heart. It is such a thing, you cannot rest yourself. But that is very rare. So, what we have to do, we have to perform our duties, our responsibilities, everything, and give it to God. And serve God in every form and detach, not me, O Lord, thou. This is the way, detach. Shuddha Maharasa. Another question. Doing spiritual practice, one goes to samadhi step by step, or it is bang. Doing spiritual practice, one goes to samadhi step by step,
Or in one step.
or in one step, bang. Yes, final experience will come like a bang. But spiritual progress every day will happen every day's practice. More and more. How will you understand? You'll find more peace, more joy, more contentment, more restlessness. I have not got it yet. Not to show to people, but in your heart you will feel, oh, I have not seen him yet. And you feel uh, that I'm lacking something. Oh Lord, please come. So this situation will happen. So our spiritual practice is very important. It will step by step lead us to the realization. And when final realization will come, it is time. There is no reason and rhyme when it will come. That's why it is called by God's grace it will happen. Last part is God's grace. But we must have to be pure in heart. We must to have to purify our heart and detach from anything and everything. Love everyone. Detachment does not mean you become a selfish, egocentric piece of wood and rock. Swami Vivekananda is the greatest among the renunciate. He renounced everything. But his love for humanity, look at that. Ramakrishna, detached from everything. Who will be greater monk than Ramakrishna? But look at that, how he is running to Calcutta, to every person, talking about God, giving consolation, giving support, eh, helping everyone. Heart expands. Expansion of the heart and God realization goes parallel. And selflessness will come more and more and more. And you can feel yourself that I am happy within myself. I don't need anyone outside. But what I do, I serve God who is here in me. I serve through all my day's activity. I'm giving it to God and God. Okay? So no more question. So thank you all. Then main thing, all these questions are very good questions. The situation is this, that we will have to purify ourselves. We will have to do our duties in our station of life, where we are, in whatever field. You are a monk, do your duties as a monk. You are a householder, as a wife, you do your duty. As a husband, you do your duty. As a father, you do your duty. As a child, you do your duty. Everyone should do. That is the Vedic system. Perform your duties properly, not whimsically, not according to your whims, but what is in the scriptures have said. Is what the tradition which our shastras direct us. Do the work this way. Think of how will you work selflessly, how will you feel for others. Character, build up a character, and that upon that the spiritual practice. And then that will ultimately lead us to the day by day. It's a spiritual life is more joy, more joy, more joy, more joy, more light, more light, more light. But sometimes darkness will come. That is called the dark night of the soul. It comes. Nothing happening. Dry period, dry spell comes. I am doing so much japa. Sometimes you will see that you are doing mantra. It's meaningless. There is nothing happening. No interest. I sit for hours, but the mind is not there. No. That's also sign of progress. You have to cross that. Sometimes journey is not smooth. The spiritual journey is not straight line journey. Spiritual journey is sine curve. It goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. Sometimes good. Again, sometimes decline. So, without giving up our hope, we expect the expectation of God realization. We should continue, and by His grace, ultimately, our own effort and God's grace. Kripa, Sanskrit word. You do and you get. So you have to do your part. Guru has given us what I am to do. And Pa is God's side. And He will do it. So we have to have faith in that. Thank you all. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace.
বৃন্দাবন নিয়ে কোনো এভিডেন্স নেই, মথুরাটা